So the city reported in their November report to the city council an $86 million budget deficit by the year end of this fiscal year, which ends at the end of June. So what's the city going to be able to do? And this is, they don't have a lot of good choices. The commitment not to raise salaries for at least this year and probably next of city workers. The next step is that they would cut some services for citizens. The third is they would cut staff. And one of the scary things is that it's not just the city of San Diego, it's every city in the county is facing very similar things to varying degrees. And it's really depending on the composition of the business and the infrastructure their city has. So whether it's the city of San Diego or the city of Lemon Grove, everyone's facing a similar set of circumstances, similar choices, and that's going to mean hard choices for cities going forward unless there's some kind of federal aid or other relief measures. This is going to be a highly unusual holiday season, and retailers are really concerned because on top of a raging pandemic, restrictions that vary state by state, retailers as a whole are in trouble. They started the year with a number of bankruptcies, and they've continued on since the pandemic started. As federal programs and state programs are expiring at the end of December, consumers are really pulling back on spending. And one of the big harbingers was the retail report that came out earlier this week that said, retail spending went up 0.3% in October after a increase of 1.4% in September. That September number was revised downward to 0.9%. So it's a big error in that reporting. And retailers are concerned because 8 of the 13 categories that the government measures, spending went down substantially. Credit card debt declined substantially, meaning consumers aren't using their credit cards in the last month, and consumer confidence dropped. So you have all these whammies that are hitting at the same time. National Retail Federation said that 37% of consumers are not going to, under any circumstance, go to a mall, go to a store. They're going to shop online. There's going to be bigger discounts because at the rate we're going in San Diego, at the earliest, we're going to see, going down to the red tier and expanding to 50% capacity. The earliest we're going to see is December the 7th. It might go well into late December, which will really be a hamper on retail sales. So unfortunately, not the best news, but I think retailers are working really hard to make the experience as good as possible under the circumstances.